Hello, my name's Nirek, and here are my playoff predictions for the 2018-19 NFL season. This is also my first video on YouTube. I'm sorry if my voice sounds weird, I'm just sick right now. So, first matchup, the Colts versus the Texans. The Colts have been better on defense right now, and I also believe that Andrew Luck has been better protected, as Deshaun Watson has been sacked 62 times this season, and the Colts O-line's finally been playing well. So I think that Andrew Luck will be able to pick apart the Texans defense, and that the Colts will win this one 27-20. Next matchup, we have Ravens versus Chargers in Baltimore. First matchup, Ravens mauled the Chargers 22-10. I think the Chargers are gonna come back better this time because they've already seen the Ravens offense and defense. But Philip Rivers has not been coming to the playoffs with a good form. Last 3 games, 3 touchdowns and 6 picks. But I also believe that Lamar Jackson has to step up his passing game. The most passing yards he's thrown in 7 games is 204. So I think that the Ravens should stick to their game plan, but Lamar Jackson also needs to make the plays when he needs to. I think that the Ravens win this one. I have a feeling that they do. And I think that the Ravens defense is going to get after Rivers, forcing mistakes and turnovers. Now, moving on to the NFC, the Seahawks travel to Dallas. These are two similar teams. They run the ball well, they have good defense. They even started off the season the same way, starting 4-1 and finishing 10-6. But again, as Stephen A. Smith says, for the Cowboys, what can go wrong will go wrong for the Cowboys, and I believe that Russell Wilson will make this ridiculous throw in the fourth quarter, and the Seahawks will sneak by Dallas in a hard-fought game. So for the final game in the wild card, we have Philly traveling to Chicago. Right now, Philly's secondary hasn't been playing all that well, but their front four has. Chicago needs to get the run game going, but Trubisky also needs to make some of those deep throws to Allen Robinson and Alshon Jeffrey. I think the Bears' defense is too good here, and I think that the Bears are just going to overpower Nick Foles, and Bears are going to move on. Now to the divisional round. We got New England Patriots and the Baltimore Ravens. This is in Foxborough, but the Ravens have a better roster. And the way the Ravens play, they run a lot and have a lot of design runs. And they have over 60% of the snaps for the last 7 games with Lamar Jackson. I find it difficult for Brady to keep up with that with less time, no Josh Gordon, and a regressing Gronk, and a 32-year-old Julian Edelman. Against Baltimore's defense that allows just 17 points per game. His passing needs to be as sharp as it was against the Jets, but I still have a feeling Baltimore is going to pass on to the AFC Championship round. Now, Chiefs and Colts. I have a really uncomfortable feeling about this one. I picked the Chiefs, but I don't know. But I'm not going to be surprised at all if the Colts win this one. I think this is going to be a shootout because Patrick Mahomes has thrown 50 touchdowns and the Chiefs have scored 26 points or more on every defense they faced this season. I think that they will finally get their first playoff win in Arrowhead since Joe Montana by edging the Colts 37-34. Now the Seahawks travel to New Orleans. the New Orleans Saints offense hasn't been as sharp as it was the first 12 or so weeks ever since the Dallas Cowboys game. But I believe that the Saints are going to be more explosive now that Ted Ginn's back. The New Orleans Saints, with Sean Payton and Drew Brees, haven't lost a single game in the Dome. It's going to be a loud environment, and with an inferior team, I don't think that Russell Wilson can get the Seahawks past the Saints. Now the Bears take on the Rams. This is going to be a rematch of Bears destroying the Rams in Soldier Field 15-6. I live in Aurora, Illinois, and a lot of Bears fans were enthusiastic after it, and I'm a Packer fan. So anyway, but I do not like I don't like this matchup for the Rams. The Bears are allowing just 80 yards all season against the run, and Todd Gurley, when they did face off, had 28 yards on 11 carries, and Jared Goff threw 4 interceptions. So I think the key to this game for the Rams is limiting turnovers. But the Bears love to run the ball, and they're facing off against the 23rd ranked Rams run defense. So I got the Bears going past the Rams off of a strong running game and good defense. Now for the AFC Championship game, Ravens versus Chiefs. The Ravens are a more complete team than the Chiefs, and the Ravens, again, love to run the football. They've had 1,500 rush yards ever since Lamar Jackson took over for Joe Flacco. And the Chiefs' run defense has been absolute garbage. Patrick Mahomes is going to put up points on the board, but again, the Ravens' offense and running is going to keep Patrick Mahomes off the field. So I'm going to have Baltimore upsetting Kansas City in Arrowhead, and I got them going to the Super Bowl 53. For the NFC Championship game, Saints versus Bears. This could go either way, but the Bears have a really bad matchup going against the Saints defense. The Bears, as I told you, love to run the ball with Cherry Cohen and Jordan Howard, but the Saints allow 80.6 yards per game on the ground. That's second in the NFL. And I don't think that Mitch Trubisky can make all of the plays that he needs to get past the Saints. Mitch Trubisky is a good quarterback, but I don't think he'll be able to outduel Drew Brees in the fourth quarter. And I got the Saints winning a tight one and going to the Super Bowl. Now for Super Bowl 53, Ravens versus Saints. I think Drew Brees will be able to score some points on Baltimore because he has Ted Ginn, Alvin Kamara, Michael Thomas, and a lot of offensive weapons around him. The Ravens will not be able to possess the ball as much as they were in prior games because this is the second-ranked run defense. It's going to be hard stopping the Ravens because not just the way they run the ball is unique by using design quarterback runs and sneaks, but also Lamar Jackson's really fast. He runs a 4.5 40-yard dash or something like that. But I think the Saints defense will get the job done and win a close playoff, 27-24. Again, my whole bracket could be wrong. This is a really hard playoff bracket for me to choose. Comment down your playoff predictions below, and I don't know how to close out, so I'm just gonna keep the video until it reaches 10 minutes. I'm kidding.